Hi, I am Melissa Pietrkiewicz. I am part of the alumni class of 2002 at the University of Buffalo School of Social Work. Right now, I am employed by Erie Tubosi's Maple Academy, which is an alternative education program. We have middle schoolers to high schoolers. So my path to social work is a long one and a short one, all in the same. High school was not easy for me, and I was always drawn, however, to community service. When I wasn't accepted into college initially at the age of 18, luckily I was accepted into AmeriCorps. And that initial 10 months of service changed the trajectory of what I thought was going to be my life at that time. I served my 10 months in AmeriCorps, came back to New York and enrolled at SUNY Fredonia. I looked at quite a few different graduate school programs, and one of the things that drew me to UB was what they were doing as far as trauma-informed care. And Buffalo, for being a big city, there's such a homey feel to it. And me being a Chautauqua County girl, I wanted to stay local because I knew that it would make sense for me to learn at UB and have everything that the big city school has to offer, and then be able to take that back here. So something about my experience in the program is that I wasn't a super traditional student. I was 28 at the time when I eventually graduated, and I had went from working full-time to going to graduate school full-time. And one thing that I found to be amazing that I thought would be more challenging was how accepting and flexible the faculty and staff at UB were. My stepson was 3 at the time. I was commuting from Fredonia, where I needed flexibility, where I needed help, where I needed some extra support. UB really stepped up to the plate to help me be successful. An example of something that I learned at UB School of Social Work is definitely the trauma-informed lens. On paper, it looks like it needs to be a huge systemic change. And what I'm finding is that trauma-informed care means building relationships with people and creating a sanctuary so that they can heal, whatever that needs to look like. The trauma-informed care piece, making sure that people have access to the help that they need, that they eat breakfast in the morning, that they feel like they can trust who they're talking to, that their personal and emotional safety is important to the service providers. That really goes a long way for me. Advice that I would have for people thinking about the social work profession or thinking about school of social work is you have to go where your heart is. Social work is a field that when you're at work, you take it home with you. You're thinking about your clients when you're not at work, and you can separate the two, but that's how we're driven as social workers. That's part of what draws people to social work, is that I like to think that our brains and our hearts think differently than some people. And it's okay to love people a little too hard, and it's okay to walk away from, school sometimes and think this is really hard, because it is, and that's okay, because it helps us empathize with our clients who are going to be changing, and the work that they're going to be doing to make changes is hard too. But don't be afraid of the heart, because the heart every single time is going to overshadow what makes social work different.